In the early morning hours of August 26th, 2024, Ian Rogers dropped his girlfriend off at work. He returned to the home they shared. He got ready for work. He stopped by his mother's house to pick up work tools, and he was never verifiably seen again. Ian worked for Spartan Exteriors, where he had recently received a promotion. With his promotion, he was enjoying a salary increase, and he was provided with a work truck. The work truck, a 2019 Dodge Ram, was captured on at least one that we know of traffic camera, but it was unclear if Ian was the driver of the truck, as the image is super grainy. Now, between 9:30 and 12:30 p.m., we are aware of some phone calls that he made to family and to coworkers. And a phone call was made from his phone late in the morning that indicated that the truck was overheating and that he would be late to work. And it wasn't until that evening when Ian's boss, Joe, arrived at Ian's mom's house to tell her that Ian had not arrived at work that day. And since that day, family and friends have focused on taking action on finding Ian. And Ian's disappearance was immediately reported to the Wakulla County Sheriff's Office. A Facebook page was created, and missing persons flyers were distributed. Also, this case was added to the NamUs website, which is a website that houses critical information about people who are missing. And at this time, June of 2025, there has been no contact or word from Ian.
All right. So at this point, because it's a missing person, there doesn't seem to be a lot of information at all here. We've talked about a truck that's missing. We've talked about him that's missing, and it's just poof, he's just gone.
Mm-hmm.
And no one seems to have any idea of really what to go on.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see, based on that summary, I want to start with, we understand he was getting promoted or was promoted. Do we know what he was supposed to be doing that day?
Yes, he was supposed to be reporting to work at the work site, which is in Killarn, which is in Tallahassee. And he lived at the time in Crawfordville, which is south of Tallahassee. So he was supposed to be traveling in the work truck north, either up the Crawfordville Highway or the Woodville Highway,
Mm-hmm.
and then most likely circling around Capitol Circle. There are several different ways to do it, and heading up into that Killarn neighborhood, which is the northeast part of Tallahassee.
Okay. What about, was there anything going on around this time?
Yes. The day he disappeared was August 26th, 2024. And what's really notable about the timing of this disappearance or of him being missing is that the next day, August 27th, is his only child's birthday. And we know from talking to family that he had been talking with his child about a birthday party. They had been making plans. He disappeared on a Monday. They had been making plans for the next weekend to continue the celebration of his birthday. And it just seemed it's obviously unusual for someone just to go missing anyway, but for that to happen the day before your only child's birthday was just even more unsettling to people.
So this is probably one of the reasons why most people that we've spoken with so far don't believe that this person just got up and walked away. And it was out of character for him. Plus, with these events and this person, his child that he cared for, extremely unlikely he would have just vanished on his own accord.
Right.
And is this also the reason that law enforcement is treating this now like it was foul play? Because it started out as a missing person, from what we understand. They now treat it as foul play. What led up to them changing that decision?
Yes, and so we know it was originally reported as a missing persons because Teresa, Ian's mom, is the person who reported him missing the evening that the boss came and visited her, and she lives in Crawfordville, which is why the case is held with Wakulla County Sheriff's Office.
And his uncle, baseball.
Teresa Rogers holds on to the last memories of her son Ian, who disappeared 1 year ago.
I just never thought that it would be the last time I spoke with him.
That last time was around 9 a.m. on August 26th in 2024. Ian had recently been promoted at work.
Ian's boss came to our house and said that Ian hadn't shown up for work that day. That's when we knew there was something wrong.
On top of that, his son's 10th birthday was the next day.
And he never would have missed that. They had big plans for that day. He never would have missed it.
She says Ian was a proud father.
I have a picture of him, and he's holding, his son, and he's just looking down at him, and it's priceless, just the look on his face. And they have a good time together. They play baseball. Ian taught him to swim and ride a bike, and he's a great dad because he was so childlike himself.
The Wakulla County Sheriff's Office is leading the investigation into Ian's disappearance.
Missing persons cases can be very difficult, especially adult missing persons, because technically a person can be missing if they want to. We've worked copious amounts of leads of interviews, records, cell phone records, all sorts of different investigative leads.
Captain Brett Sirachi says Ian's truck was last seen through a license plate reader in an area near Tom Brown Park in Tallahassee.
After the LPR hit, that is the last actual credible information that we have, and that was just on the vehicle itself.
But he's smiling in most every picture, and that's his missing poster.
Teresa's oldest son, Daniel, passed away unexpectedly in February, and with her other son, Ian, still missing, she's bracing for a difficult holiday season.
I don't know how it'll be this year because Thanksgiving and Christmas were like our holidays, the big ones, and not having him there last year and then, not having him and his brother not there this year, it's going to be a real challenge.
Great man to have by your side. Again, couldn't be more grateful for all his help and understanding and for the opportunity that he gave us. He drove us to the biggest sinkhole in his land, near the cell phone ping location.
I'm gonna be all around it. The motors and batteries are made with a transducer. This is a transducer at the bottom.
Let's start at the sinkhole, and then is it pretty visible on the map, like on Google Maps?
I don't know.
This is awesome.
We took our time to set it all out and search thoroughly. The sinkhole was cleared, no sight of any lead, and it's time for the next one.
All right, we got her back up.
It was hard not finding any answers. We're gonna fly the drone, of course, along the roads as we go. We already have flown a lot of the roads near the cell phone ping, but this is another spot that we may be able to check with the little buddy.
Good job, bud.
It was a great search. We covered the whole entire lake. If there were to have been his truck in there, we would have seen it clear as day on the sonar. Now we've got, I think, 2 more spots, and then we're gonna basically just fly. We've flown the drone around a lot of these roads, but we might just look alongside of the road while we're driving near where that cell phone ping was.
Ian Rogers was last seen driving before he disappeared. While the truck is right here, law enforcement officers are still trying to find Rogers. I'm neighborhood reporter Serena DeVanzo in Southwest Tallahassee. Rogers' boss says he last heard from him the morning of August 26, 2024.
Well, I was hoping for some closure, like some kind of evidence, something to show up. This would lead to something else, finding Ian.
Joe Webster got Rogers this work truck just 3 days before Rogers went missing. He says the truck was brand new when he bought it.
That Friday, that truck pretty much just made it to the dealership. It was kind of dirty. We bought it in the morning, and the dealership spent from 1 o'clock till 5 or 5:30 detailing it. It was absolutely spotless clean whenever Ian was able to drive it away at about 5:30 p.m.
Rogers was supposed to go to a job site on Woodgate Way in Tallahassee, according to Webster. The truck was last spotted on the corner of Appalachie Parkway and Connor Boulevard, until it was found off of Old Plank Road just south of Tram Road.
I don't know why he would have went that way. If he was going to just go home, he should have just drove around Capitol Circle and then turned on Woodville Highway or Crawfordville Highway and drive home. Driving further out the parkway to hit Chair's Cross Road and and then cross all the way over Tram to Old Plank is just adding 15, 20 minutes.
In the Ian Rogers missing persons case, 5 different agencies and 7 different canine dogs were in the wooded area off of Old Plank Road Thursday morning looking for Ian Rogers. I'm neighborhood reporter Serena DeVanzo in Leon County. The search ended around 3 p.m. as their search would go on to other private property they haven't been cleared to access. The search perimeter was about 3,280 feet in each direction around the truck's location. The truck was found on private property off of Old Plank Road south of Tram Road. Giovanni Hampton, a spokesperson with the Leon County Sheriff's Office, says that the processing of the evidence when the truck was found and coordinating the agencies involved is why this search took over a week to conduct.
So Wakulla County Sheriff's Office will continue to be the lead agency on the case. Because the truck was found in Leon County, we are assisting them along with multiple other agencies.
They also had 7 canines on the search doing different jobs.
So Rocket is an ESD canine, and he's going to help us find the victim's cellular phone.
Hampton said that his phone was not found with the truck. The North Florida search team also had their drone in the air searching the area. In our previous coverage, the truck's bumper and windows appeared to be damaged. After following up with the Wakulla County Sheriff's Office, the windows were not damaged, and the bumper's damage was from the truck being removed from its location. According to Hampton, there was no evidence of foul play when processing the truck. If you know anything about this case, please reach out to the Wakulla County Sheriff's Office at the number listed here.